Libra for the month of October around the subject of love. Oh, you Libras are all about that relationship energy. So you may be feeling a little selfish or feeling that you have to be selfish in order to get what you want. Now, I'm not putting that down. I'm just saying you may be feeling that. And if that's the case, well, you got to work with it, right? You have a right to the kind of relationship you want. So you may have to push all the barriers that are there away in order to sort of breathe new life into whatever love experiences you are presently having. Some of you may not even be interested in any kind of love vibration. Many of you may have had to, hey there, Vix. Many of you may have had sort of a feeling of having to be selfish, having to be self-centered in order to get your needs met, you know. Maybe you have made some poor choices in love affairs, and maybe you're experiencing a relationship that is not feeding your soul. And if that's the case, I think you need to be more mindful and more pushy about what it is you need. You need to communicate a little better about what you're missing or what you're needing. I think you're able to communicate that in a fairly good way. You have the ability to offer good leadership and great kindness. And if you're finding yourself bitchy or whiny or anything like that, I'm going to say that it's step back. Step back, because it's really not meant for you to be bitchy and whiny. You know, you're a lover. That's what your vibe is, Libra. And you want to make sure you're putting that out there. And if you're in any situations where the love is not, you know, flowing, then maybe you should question whether it's right for you. You may have to make some hard decisions and maybe give some ultimatums in the month of October. That's what I'm seeing there, Libra. However, remember, you may be part of the problem. And if you're part of the problem, you're going to have to be part of the solution. But what part of you is the problem is the question. Maybe you should continue to look for new partners. Maybe you're kind of with someone, but you're not feeling it, or something's not working, and you're going to want to be more actively involved in dating. Do what you got to do. Maybe you feel that the person you're with has a lot of restrictive. If you're with someone like this, they may be really restrictive and limiting for you. And if that's the case, it's not allowing you to live the life that you want, then you're going to have to walk away from that. Is that you may stay in that relationship until you find another, okay? That's probably more likely, to be honest with you. So for those of you that are not in relationship, this is definitely not going to be the month that you should be jumping in to anybody's arms for long term, okay? So just take your time. If you're in a bad relationship, you're going to have to sort it out. Or if you're in a difficult relationship, you'll have to have communication to sort it out. And there are a great number of you that can work this out with good communications. And sometimes that's all it takes. And if you remember that you may be part of the problem and you become part of the solution, you know, maybe you're pushing the relationship into a position of conflict and maybe you didn't notice that. So I'm saying to you that you're probably part of the problem and you want to be part of the solution. So for those of you that have had difficult relationships, maybe that way of managing it is going to help your relationship. I certainly hope so. Okay. But for those of you that have, let's say, experienced relationships with someone who's just not getting it, you may very well decide to move on. Yeah. And that's what October looks like for you. For those of you that are single, like I said, stay where you're at. And I don't know about the dating. I think you probably won't be doing too much dating in October. Okay?